Hey everyone, so this is my review of Arrow, Season 5, Episode 17, called Kapiushon. And basically what this episode's about is Prometheus does just about everything to try and destroy Oliver. And in flashbacks, Oliver's sort of violent tendencies come to a head in a confrontation with him and Anatoly. And this was a really interesting and great episode that I really loved it for the fact that it just solely focused on Oliver and didn't have a whole bunch of different characters because it was just about him. And it was also very interesting that the fact that this whole episode was mostly just backstory. And it was actually really interesting and really kind of cool backstory compared to some other episodes where the backstory that they kind of threw in felt really kind of random or unnecessary or didn't make that much sense. This was actually a really interesting backstory part of his 6 years that he was gone. And it was very interesting what they decided to do with Kovar and the whole confrontation between him and Oliver. And it was also interesting to watch Oliver sort of become a monster more and more as he was going after Kovar. And I really kind of liked that they did have a little scene in this episode that was dedicated to Oliver getting that one tattoo that symbolized for the Bratva. And showing in this episode that sort of growing relationship between Oliver and Anatoly. And Prometheus's whole interrogation of Oliver was very interesting with all the different things that Prometheus did to mess with him. And I really like that they did bring Evelyn back, but I don't like what they chose to do with her because she's still a character that I really enjoy and stuff. And I really want her to come back to Team Arrow and realize that Prometheus was wrong or something like that. But she still is on his side for some reason. And it was a little annoying to me how undetailed, I guess the best word I can think of for this, Prometheus was with his question that he kept asking Oliver over and over again. Because he just kept asking Oliver, what is your secret? And, what does that mean? Was really confusing to me. And it did get interesting once Oliver finally did, say what Prometheus wanted him to say, that I guess was, his secret. But it also wasn't, that surprising of a secret to me, because I felt like that was just common knowledge about Oliver. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do in the next episode with how this episode ended with Oliver no longer wanting to be the Green Arrow and basically wanting Team Arrow to stop all their operations. So, what are they going to do to convince him otherwise or something like that? I'm really excited to see. And just overall, this was a really interesting and entertaining and, kind of fun episode to watch all of what happened. So, yeah, that's my review of Arrow, Season 5, Episode 17, called Kapiushon. So, yeah. Bye!